Hi, I'm Michael from the Piano Technician Academy. Today we're going to be talking about replacing hammers on an upright piano action. A lot of times when you're going out to a house or to a piano, the piano will be so old that the hammers will be completely worn through all the way to the core of the hammer, or they'll just be really brittle or really hard. So you don't need to necessarily rebuild the whole action because of that. You can just replace the hammers. You can order hammers from Shaft Piano Supply or Piano Tech. Usually they're going to come unbored. There's not going to be a hole in them. So you're going to need to have that done. Most of those companies will do hammer boring for you. To send in the hammers makes it a lot easier, and how you'll do that is you don't need to send in all the hammers, you just need to send in the first and the last hammer of each section. So we would send in this hammer, this hammer, this hammer, this hammer, this hammer, and this hammer. These are already removed, but you'll send in the hammer with the shank. You'll just unscrew it at the flange. Make sure to remove the bridle strap. Same thing goes for grand pianos, but obviously no bridle strap. And send that in, and then they'll know how to measure basically at what angle to bore the hammers. Typically this adds another $100 to buying the hammers, but it's very precise and it's very important to do. So we already did that. These are already bored. We already did the base section, and now we're in the middle section here. You'll notice that about every other one is replaced. That's because when you do this, a good practice is to remove every other one and put the new one on right next to the old one so that you know at what angle you need to install them. So again, we already did this in this middle section. So now what we need to do is remove the old ones all the way down so that we can put the new hammers in their spaces and kind of compare them to the new hammers that we put to the sides of them. So a good quick way to remove the hammers is to simply snip them off from the back. This way you'll preserve the hammer shank. So we're going to do that here. You're just going to snap the tail right off. And that way you don't break the hammer shank. We have another one here. And you can see we have some debris left on the hammer shanks themselves, so we use this tool that kind of fits over the hammer shank. And we twist it and it just cleans it up so we can put the new shank or the new hammers on the shanks. So now we have the new hammers here. They're bored and numbered. We're going to use a hide glue. We use a Titebond liquid hide glue, and you're just going to pour a little bit in the hole. You don't need that much because you don't want it spilling out and pouring all over the hammer rest rail. And because these are already set, we can kind of know what angle we want to set this at. And now you just let it dry. So you'll notice that some of these are uneven, and we're going to later, once we get them all in, we'll go through and apply a light flameless heat to these hammer shanks. So we're able to kind of twist them and make sure that the travel is perfect up against the string, so we're not hitting the string sideways or even missing one of the unison strings. That will come with aligning the travel of the hammers. But for now, that's how you install hammers on an upright piano. Thanks for watching.